Um, Evidence for a commercial contract. The members of the group are Castilla Alarcón, Ángel y Fabiola, Escalante Abril, Luciana, Andrea, Escobedo Núñez, Melissa Yanela, Luque Becerra, Fernando Ruslán, Mejía Vargas Gonzalo, Roa Paza, María Fernanda Isabel y Ortiz Benavides Sebastián. Introduction. The main idea is commercial contracts that are characterized by being national or international alliances where companies of all sizes generate agreements with suppliers that provide different solutions for the business, such as the rental of real estate, infrastructure, supplies, contracting of service, of corporate imaging. Even the use of vehicles or franchises with large companies, it should be noted that both the companies that hire outsources service, as well as the same providers that provide them, are very beneficial for all contractual matters. Otherwise, there will simply be no business and no contract will need to be signed. The elements to consider in a contract are 1. Agreement or pact. 2. Equity relations, assets. 3. Regulate the legal relationship on the contracting parties linked to rights and obligations. And 4. Temporality of the agreed actions. And here characteristics. 1. Consensual. It is an agreement between the two wheels, the importer and the exporter. 2. Bilateral provision and consideration. 3. Onerous. It is profitable for both parties. 4. Commutative. The benefits and obligations arise from the contract. 5. Man, it has its own existence. 6. Nominate, regulated by the United Nations Convention signed in Vienna. And 7. Instantaneous execution, the obligation arising from the contract that fulfilled in a single moment. The contract present below will see a contract for the international sale of merchandise, in this case, fresh mangoes. The contract. A record hearing the contract of international sale of goods signed by a parties Manguito SAC identified with the ROC number that can be seen there, is a company incorporated under the laws of the Peruvian Republic, duly represented by its manager Mayo Tiza Augusto, identity card number 7321714. The missile at its main office located at Avenida Manuel Holguín, number 1014, Santiago de Surco, who hereinafter will become the seller, and for its part, Simba Vegetales S.A., re- registered in item number 1115 on the registry of legal person of the registration area, duly represented by its general manager Roberto Saim, identified with DNI number and indicating address located in Zwaagje, number Republic of the Netherlands, to whom hereafter it will be called the buyer, which they agree to in the following terms. The clauses.
Clauses. First clause declaration declares the seller, 1. A society conformist with the laws of the Republic of the Peru contained in Resolution RIS 317A 2013. 2. In the corporate purpose we find the activities of production, marketing, import and export. 3. Things as the capacity, knowledge, experience, and adequate personnel for the above statement. Declares the buyer conformits society with the laws of the country of the underworld. 2. Know the product of the contract. 3. Mr. X in your representative and must sign the contract. Second class, the merchandise. The merchandise to be exported is fresh mangoes in their cane variety type. The tariff classification for the product is A0A04.50.20.0. The following defects may be permitted provided that the hintlets retain the essential characteristics with regard to their quality, preservation, and presentation. State due to chafing or sunburn, minor defects in form. The development and condition of mangoes should be with respect to the maturity of the species itself with a maturation number of 20 to 22 days. Third class, the quantity to be exported is 500 boxes with mangoes with a gross weight of 19,400 kilograms and a net weight of 9,000 kilograms. The amount to be paid is 13,800 US dollars.
For clouds, packaging, labeling, and markings. One, the seller will deliver mangoes can merchandise as fresh yellow skinned, fried white, red banner of light fibrous pulp produced in the district of San Lorenzo Loreto, white certification from Global Gap and SENASA, white quality standard for export. To it was carried out his sent of 500 box of handless weight of 9,400 kilograms and a net weight of 9,000 kilograms. 3. The merchandise will be packed in corrugated garbage box of two while at wide capacity for 4.5 kilograms. The box will have closer insurance resistance against blows of 100 fighting 375 pounds, while holds for breeding and for handling. For the inspection will be carried out by the buyer of the representative upon arrival in the country of destination, having as an intermediary the freight forwarder for the arrival notice. Um, Revaluing the delivery in some cost by clause price. 1. The parties are on the price of Borida for Boridasen USA for the shipment of the products in accordation with the offer later received by the buyer on Boridasen USA 2011 2018 to unless otherwise mentioned in watering price do not include tax, that is, transportation costs or any other tax. 3. Price most often operate is on the basis of the Incoterms of free on bar if the shipment will be made by sea or FCA required my transportation without paying if it will be done with another mode of transport. 6. Clause plus. On the part of the seller or export the place of shipment will be the Puerto del Callao, address Avenida Contra Almirante Raigada y ¿qué más? On the part of the buyer or importer. The place of disembarkation shall be the port of Rotterdam.
7 clause. Delivery time. The seller undertakes to make the delivery period of 24 days after receipt of the purchase orders duly signed by the buyer. 8 clause. The mangoes will be transported by sea to reach the destination of Holland. A refer 20 will be used as a container because the merchandise is perishable. 9 clause. Documents. 1. Original of the commercial export invoice issued by the supplier. 1. Original packing list. 1 original and copy of notice of arrival. 1 copy of bill of lading. 1 copy of certificate of origin. 1 copy of Tenasa's certificate in accordance with the provisions of the 10th clause of the contract. 1 copy of the single export declaration authorized by the National Customs of Peru. 1 copy of Global Gap certificate, Global Gap ASO 91000, ASO 4020, and the Humanitarian Health Certification.
Ten clause. License and permits. The goods to export require the following license for distribution: global GAP certification, export field to sanitary certification, SENASA certification. 11 clause. Payment terms. The parties have agreed the payment of the price or any other appropriate sum by the buyer to the seller shall be made by advance payment equal to 50% of the amount debited price to the shipping of the products and the remaining 50% after five, 15 days of the recipient of the products by the buyer. The amount will be created except for another green condition be electronic transfer to the account of the seller bank in your home country. Bank account details 12148729561 and the buyer will consider having fulfilled its payment obligation while the appropriate amount have been received by the bank of the seller and is has emitted assent to shift funds. 12, 12 clubs interest in cost of the late payment if one of the parts fails to pay the sums of money by the agreed date, the other party shall be entitled to interest on the sum for the time that the payment shall have, have, have occurred and the time in which it is actually paid, equivalent to 1% for each day of delay, and a maximum delay charge of 15% of the total of the contract. 30 clubs. Rotation of documents. The products will be the property of the seller yielded to the buyer make the appropriate payments to the amount that has been established between them.
14 clause control term of delivery. And Incoterm is agreed upon in which the transportation cost will be defined either by sea or land. 15 clause delay of shipments. The buyer shall have the right to claim from the seller the payment of damages. Uh, 16 clause strong event of major of forms. In the event that the agreement is effect, no charge will be applied. 17 clause applicable legal standard. The following legal instructions are required in case of discrepancies. Uh, One, United Nations Convention of Contract for the International Sale of Goods, Vienna Conventions. 18 clause, dispute of conflict. In case dispute arises from this agreement, that will be resolved by the Lima Chambers of Commerce. 19 clause, notifications. All communication between the two employers will be written by fax or mail.